Alright, this video I'm going to speak about expressing my anger while playing video games, and just want to share some things that I'm learning about myself, learning about anger, learning about the martial arts, learning about competition, and how to properly guide this energy. Um, I've known within myself, it's in my blood. Since I was born, it's in my sisters and my father. But I got this anger energy that that I had to learn to properly channel as I mature in age, um, and the martial arts has helped me to properly channel this energy in a positive and healthy way. Um, and basically, I know that I have this energy. I know that I can get angry. Um, but as I started to train in the martial arts, it helped me be able to control it better, you know. And specifically with the video games, since training in the martial arts, I never played video games anymore really much, and if I did, it wasn't very long. It was just recently that I started to play because my kids really enjoy it and I wanted to spend time with them. And I noticed that like these games can generate anger, but when I'm playing the game against the computer, I feel that the anger is more uh, upset at the computer rather than being upset at a person. And I think that's going to be a better outlet of an expression of anger. But when I also look back at it, I see the silliness of it because it's just a video game. There's no money involved. You're not winning any money by playing the video game. There's really no rewards while playing the video game. And it's an endless game. Like, you can't even beat the game. Like, it just keeps going on, and it's supposed to be designed to have fun, but if you're getting angry and upset over it, you also look at it from the bigger picture. Like, what's the point? It's like, if you're not having fun anymore, then why are you even playing? But there's a certain aspect to it where if you take the game a little bit more seriously, then it makes it more more fun, a little bit more challenging. But if you look at it and you sit back and you see that this is silly for me to get angry over, you know you know I think it can be a way, an outlet to let out this energy. um, Obviously with fighting, it's not good to let it out in that way. I feel that that's a very unhealthy way. When you get angry at somebody and then you want to hit them harder and then you want to hurt them, that's just not good, you know um, so this energy, to me, should not be expressed in a fighting, physical way. It's got to be expressed in a way where, say, you're not hurting other people, you're not hurting yourself. So if you're lifting weights or you're exercising, that's kind of taking away your energy, so you don't even have energy to get angry anymore. Or if you're hitting the punching bag or whatever, shadow boxing is supposed to take away your energy so you can't even get angry anymore. So it's the same thing with like getting a massage or being intimate. It's supposed to really take away your energy so you're not angry anymore. So with these video games, as long as you're not destroying things, like breaking things and losing money and getting mad at another person, um, it could be a way of like letting out this anger energy. you know um, I think it's an outlet. So I don't really look down on the video games. I think it's a way, because everything, to me, I'm starting to see people want to be entertained by games in some form or another. So some people like watch movies on their free time. Other people, they watch games. They watch a basketball game, a football game, Boxing is a game, wrestling is a game, WrestleMania is a game, cage fighting is a game, the Olympic sports, they're all games. You're just watching other people play games, or you playing a game yourself, no matter if it's a tennis game, a bowling game, a billiards game. Like, they're all games, you know, and you either watching a game, you're playing a game, or it ends up becoming you could watch somebody play a video game, or you could play a video game. So a lot of these things in this world is revolved around games. And what's important is knowing, okay, you know, where to draw the line. Okay, you take it serious enough to make the game competitive, so there's a fun factor to it, because it wouldn't be a fun game if there's no challenge. You know what I mean? If the game is no challenge, it's not fun. So in order to make it fun, you have to take it a little more seriously. But if you take it too seriously, then it's defeating the purpose of that game, which is supposed to be a source of entertainment. You know, it's supposed to be a way of, you know, occupying your time, you know, to do something fun. So you're supposed to always be having fun, you know, being challenged but having fun at the same time, you know. And then if you ever get angry, you're supposed to take a step back and realize, you know, how, in a way, how silly it is, and how, you know, you don't really let it overtake you. You know, you don't let the anger overtake you. You just kind of know that it's just, you know, a temporary emotion at that moment, because of that intense energy that you have that needs to be expressed. You know, because that energy is just there. It's, you know, it's not going to go away. It just has to be properly channeled, you know, in a healthy way. So if you're playing a boxing video game and you get upset that you lose, that's one thing. But if you're playing a real boxing game where you're actually hitting the person and the other person's hitting you, and you really don't want to lose, and you're highly competitive and getting really angry, then somebody's going to get hurt. Either you get hurt or they get hurt. You know, there's just no other way around it, because boxing is designed to inflict pain. You know, so that is not going to be a healthy expression for this anger energy. You know, this anger energy has to really be properly understood, and some people have it, some people don't, and the people that do have it usually are involved in some type of combat sport or martial arts, or they enjoy playing violent video games, because it's like letting out that energy in a safer way. So there's like one thing of like playing Grand Theft Auto and, you know, running over people or shooting people dead in the video game, and then a whole other thing to actually do that on the streets, like running people over with your car and like shooting people, innocent people dead. That's a whole nother thing, and that's not something that we should ever be going towards. But even when we watch things, a violent movie like a Bruce Lee movie, or a Sylvester Stallone movie or Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, these are action movies where you see other people inflicting pain onto the people in the movie. You know, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. And in a way, that's kind of expressing that anger energy that we have within. You know, we're just inactive, and then we're watching these movies, and we could essentially be, you know, cheering on these people to conduct these violent acts, and then it becomes like something like a self-satisfying feeling from within, that, hey, you know, this person's got their revenge, and now we're content now. So you notice that there's just so many different expressions of this anger energy, which turns into an expression of violence, but then that violence can be expressed in a movie, you know, like a Bruce Lee movie, or it could be expressed in a video game, where you're participating within that violent act, or it could be expressed in combat sports such as boxing and cage fighting, wrestling, or it could be expressed in the streets where you got like gang violence and these police officers killing citizens, and citizens killing police officers, and people killing each other in the streets. And you got all these different forms of violence. And basically what I'm saying is, I see that this violence will never go away because this anger energy is just here. And it's just a matter of, okay, how are we going to transform this energy? We have it. We're born with it. Certain people are born with it, and it's in them. Like it's in my father, it's in my sister, it's in me, it's in my children. I see it in them. Not all of them, but some of them. It's like they just have this natural energy that's very potent, and they're the type of people where they're playing a game and they take it so serious that they get angry. And I see that, and it's like people are born that way, and you can't change that. What you could do is try to transform it to get them to understand it, and in a way like you could express it, but understand it and don't let it overtake you. Like, let it go when it's over. Like, you could be angry in the moment, but then you could let it go. And that's an important teaching of Eastern philosophy, and even of what Osho's mentioned, is like you're just authentic to the moment. You're angry, in that moment you're angry, then you express it. And then later on, you're happy, then you express it. You don't hold the anger in and let it accumulate, and then basically pretend like you're at peace when you're really not. You just basically express the energy that you have at that moment. And when I'm playing the video games, it's fun to play, but at the same time, yes, I do get angry. At certain times of certain things that happen in the video game, and I do like swear or get upset, but it's just at the same time I witness it happening, and then I see that, hey, this energy, it's just interesting how it is, because normally I don't play video games, and it doesn't come out in my life too often, where you could see it right before your eyes, because there's a reason why I stay away from combat sport. There's a reason why I stay away from people that don't like me. There's a reason why I surround myself with positive people. There's a reason why, basically I stay away from certain people, and I don't get involved in the fighting because I don't want my anger to come out onto other people. I don't want to get angry at all, and certain times, the anger will come out, when people push my buttons in a certain way. And I learn to stay away from those people. And if I can't stay away from those people, then, I just have to learn how to deal with the anger at that moment. But when it comes to the video game, it's like I can see the anger coming out onto the video game, and then it helps me understand it more, that it's there. Like, even though maybe 15 years have passed or even more, and I haven't even really worked with this energy much because I kind of dropped out of competition. I don't care to compete with other people, and I like to just train on my own and not compete in basketball, because I don't play basketball anymore. I don't compete in fighting. I'm in meditation. I just exercise, I do my thing, and I practice art. And really, when you practice art, you don't really see the anger, because it's just beneath the surface, and it's just something that's there, but it's not like, it's like a still, like ocean where there's no waves. It's just still, but it's there. But then when I play the video games, you see the waves start coming, and then the emotions start coming, and then it can help you understand, you know, this energy, and like witness it, and not to be controlled by it, but to really understand it. And I think video games is a way of really helping you understand that energy, you know, and taking a step back and seeing that, hey, you know, this is not something it's not really serious. It's not even proper to say really not that serious, because it really isn't serious. It's just a game, literally, you know. And once you learn and see that, then you could kind of be detached from the emotion, and just see it, witness it, you know, just like the sex energy. Like, you could really learn to detach yourself and see it for what it is, and not be controlled by it. And I think it's almost the same energy, like the sex energy and the anger energy is something where a master of meditation will learn how to control it and really not be controlled by it. And I think playing video games is a way of like learning to try to master this energy, so then you don't allow it to overtake you. So then if you encounter a real life situation where somebody on the streets is trying to get you angry, then you will have more control of that anger, opposed to allowing, you know, the anger to control you. And then it could essentially change your life forever. And then you know, one decision is all it takes to change your entire life. And it could just boil down to whether or not you're able to control that anger at that moment, you know. And it's the same thing with the sex energy, you know. And it's just interesting, you know. So I think that it could be used as a tool. Video games essentially could be used as a tool to better understand yourself.